Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Just thinking, many of us when we come here, we always say about all the good things that happen. We've met a new family, we started a new family, but we never talk about our kids, do we, back home? Many of us, anyway, and how much of that, we do miss them, and how much it hurts us that, we aren't in, constant touch. I mean, I've got two sons back in England, David and Leighton. As the years have gone by, my eldest son, my eldest child, David, since I've been here and since I've started a new family here, I haven't heard from him for 3 years, maybe 4 years. And he doesn't know how much that hurts me. I've totally lost touch with him. I haven't got no numbers, no Facebook, or no nothing to be able to contact him. And it hurts me to pieces. Hurts me to pieces. And I think it must have hurt him. Rather than thinking about myself and my own selfish ways, for him to have blanked me from his life, it must have hurt him, for me to come out here and start a life that I have. Now, Leighton, my second son, we do have constant contact, constant, once a week, maybe once a fortnight. And when we do talk, we talk for some time. And it hurts me to pieces, people, because he says, I'm a bit upset tonight, people, because, I've been thinking about my sons and I've been thinking about my dad, how I miss my dad, and my dad passed away 12 years ago. And, my second son, he's coming out to see me. I think he said he's coming out in October. He said it a few times before, but I think, this time, I think he will. Because he said, Dad, you're not getting no younger. And I'm not getting any younger, people. And I miss my sons. And I think, many of us who come to the Philippines, or, we leave our, our home country, we do miss, don't we? We do miss them. And we just think about the Philippines, the Philippines that, got new family, got new kids, I'm having a good life. But no one sees this part of things when we do reminisce. And I don't think you have to even be in, another country, to reminisce about, missing your kids. And missing, it's not just missing our kids, it's missing our fathers, whether you be, a man or a woman. And I do miss my dad. I do. I miss my mum as well. They're both gone. And, to just have my dad back for a minute. Because, when my dad died, I wasn't there. And that's a horrible thought that when I die here, my two sons in England won't be here for me. And, one of the worst things to think about is, when you cry your first tears when your children are born and that tear falls down your face and it hits your son or your daughter's cheek, I'm not going to be, or they're not going to be here for them to shed a tear what falls on my cheek, when I'm gone, because I'm too far away. And it really, really sometimes gets to me like this. I don't mean to be in a somber mood, but I just think about things, and I think this goes out to all the fathers out there who are living separate lives to their kids, whether they be a kid or whether they be an adult. They still your children, they still your kids. And I mean, I even look like my dad. Everyone used to say to me when I was back in England, God, you look like your dad, Steve. And I really do miss my dad. And I don't know about my first son, I think he misses me. But like I said, we've lost touch since I've been here. When I first came here, we had constant, communication with each other, and it just slowly dwindled and got less and less until now. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing because I've got no contact numbers. My second son, on the other hand, he contacts me and I contact him, and he says to me, and it really hurts people, Dad, I miss you. I've been thinking about you. I haven't seen you for all these years. And it really gets to you sometimes. And there's nothing in this world. You could win the lottery. You could have all the money in the world. And it still wouldn't make you feel any better when you think about the kids that you've left behind. And I have left them behind. And we have left them behind when we come here. But it's our lives now. But it still doesn't make me feel any better. It still doesn't make me feel any better that I've left them behind. And I've got a new family here. I love my sons here equally as much as I love my sons back in England. But this is what many of us don't talk about. Or maybe many of you don't care that you've left your family behind. Not your ex-wife or your ex-husband, but the kids. But I do, and I'm a very deep emotional person, believe it or not. And I do think about my kids often, regular. And like I said, my first son, David, to lose, and I didn't lose contact with him, he lost contact with me. And I even think he went as far as to delete his Facebook or to block me, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't think he blocked me because it would have said blocked. I think he just deleted that Facebook account and maybe created, like another one, which I don't know. So I can't contact him. And I speak to my second son, Leighton. I said, have you heard from David? And he said, no. He said he saw him last year. But so I think he's even lost contact with his brother intentionally. And it bloody hurts people. It does. Although you've come here for your last quarter, or however way you want to describe it, still doesn't make things right in my mind. But what do? You've got a family here, you've got a wife here, you've got your two young children here. It's like being torn. You feel torn. And it's not just like I'm down the road, like around the block, where I can just go and visit them every day, every week. And I know they wouldn't want that anyway. But it's knowing that you can't visit them every day and every week, because they go through problems as well. And of course, the father's not there, is he? To actually talk through their problems, what they might have. And me and my sons, we had a good relationship, people. We used to talk about everything. If my sons had a problem, either of them, whether it be shameful to them, they didn't care, because I was their friend as well as their father. And they could talk to me about anything. I know, my second son, Leighton, still does talk to me about anything. And he does. But my first son, he's gone. He's gone, people. He's not here no more for me to talk to. And he can contact me because I haven't changed my details in any social media app. So he can contact me when he wants, but he chooses not to. And I've got to respect that. But it bloody hurts, people. It hurts. And the longer the time goes by, the more distant you do become. Not on my part. On my part, I just feel as fresh as I did the day I left, when I said, I'm still your father. I'm still here for you. Any problems, you contact me. And David, who I lost contact with, said, yes, Dad, I know. You'll never change. It does. It does, people. And I've lost many tears through this. Not tonight, but nights when I'm on my own, days when I'm on my own, and I think about it. Because like I said, Nothing can replace the loss that you've left. You start a new life, you got a new family. But that doesn't mean to say that your previous family, your previous kids are non-existent, because it's far, you couldn't be further from the truth. And I just thought I'd make this video because I know there will be lots of fathers out there who do feel like this, who do feel like I do. And I try and figure the best way around it, to make me feel better and to make them feel better. And I can't think of the answer. As much as I rack my brains of thinking, well, yeah, it's my life now. They should understand that this is my final years. And this is me. I've done my, I've done my bringing up. But I don't think you ever do your bringing up, do you? Like my father, he died when he was 75, And his final thing to me, when I left the hospital, I said, Dad, are you going to be all right? And he went, and he had emphysema. So he couldn't really speak. He was on the oxygen and that. And I said, Dad, are you sure you're going to be all right? I said, I'll come and see you tomorrow. He went like that. And I said to the consultant, I said, is my dad going to be okay? And he said, yes, he's going to be okay, but expect him to be in the hospital more often. So I said, I can go to work tomorrow? He said, yes. He says, he'll be fine. He wasn't. He died that day. He died the next day. So we never know, do we? And when my second son, Leighton, said to me, the day before yesterday, he said, Daddy, I've got to come and see you because, you aren't getting any younger. And I knew he wasn't saying it out of joke. He was saying it because he meant it. So how's he feeling? How does your sons feel or your daughters feel when you aren't there and they haven't got dad to talk to? Yes, there's a phone, but it's not the same. It's not the same as, because my sons, we lived together. Me, David and Kaylin. Me, David and Leighton, we lived together for a while. And every day I saw them, and every day we had conversation about anything, about their problems, about, what they were going through, if they had difficult times with their friends or with their girlfriends. I haven't got that now. And it does hurt people. It does, really. It does hurt. So that being said, this is, like I said, this is just a video for all the fathers out there, all the mothers as well for that matter, about how we do miss our kids. And we should tell them that every day or every time we contact them, because one day we aren't going to be here. And who will they have? It's like when my dad went, I didn't have anyone to talk to, because me and my father had a very, very close bonding. He never told me he loved me, which hurt me, but that's how my dad was. That was in the day. But I knew he loved me, and I could talk to my father about anything. And my dad said to me once, he said, son, don't end up like me. Because when my dad got divorced, he drinking all the time. And that's one thing I never did. I've never been a drinker where I've gone out and drank for days. I can't do that. It's just not in me. So I followed his words with that, people. I never did what my dad did. But sometimes I do feel like I did desert my two sons in England. But that's it, people. It's just that. It's a somber video. And don't forget, every chance you get, tell your kids that you love them. Let them know that you do love them. Because one day, you won't be here to tell them that. People, take good care. Whatever you're doing, do it well. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.